Fall, my favorite time of year. Not only is it football season, we've got the colored leaves, cooler temperatures, apple cider, and... What? Who put this here? Pumpkins. What exactly are they good for? Lots of people like pumpkin pie. All you need? Ready-made pie crust and a baby pumpkin, and there you go. Ready to eat. Let's see Rachel Ray do that. Another thing pumpkin is good for, pampering. Can you say pumpkin facials, anyone? And it's edible. We got the pumpkin, the milk, the honey, and a little bit of apple cider. Put it all together, slather it on for a healthy glow. Feels very cool and refreshing. And it smells good too. Leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes, and if you're hungry, makes for a good snack too. Should I do a spider web, a bat, or just a regular jack-o'-lantern? One of the most common things people like to do with pumpkins is carve them. But remember, safety first. There, little pumpkin. I'm gonna read you a bedtime story about the 10 Commandments. Chapter 16, the 10 Commandments of Flirting. Number 1, thou shalt smile. You got that? Okay. You know when your parents make you dress up in ridiculous outfits when you're little? Well, they didn't make me do this. It was all on my own. I think it's kind of cute, don't you? It attracts all the men. Oh, yeah. Hi, welcome to the pumpkin workout. Get fit. I'm Nikki. Here we go. We're going to start with squats, you guys. And 5, 6, 7, 8, down. Bring it up. Good job. Keep going. Feel the burn. If you ever wanted to get that six-pack, just pick up a pumpkin and watch them form. All right, guys, bring the feet off of the floor. We're gonna bring the pumpkin down to the right, back to center, and to left, and the center. Do you guys feel that? Yes? No? Okay, keep going. When you get the urge to rock out, pumpkins are perfect. Just grab a guitar player and let yourself go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know that band, Smashing Pumpkins? They gave me an idea. Bombs away! Outdoor games are always fun. I just find them more exhilarating than indoor games. And I gotta say, I love bowling. Do we really need an explanation for this? Oh yeah! That's how it's done. And last but not least, why not be a pumpkin? Hey guys, I don't really know how this happened. Orange really isn't my color. I look like I got a bad spray tan. Ew. I always wonder what it'd be like to be a pumpkin. What are you doing? Oh no! You're not gonna carve this pumpkin. Hey, stop it. I'm Nikki DeCroce. Ow! For Out of the Blue. Oh! Come on!
When Dr. Donald Radicek comes to town, as he does every fall for the MTSU Economic Outlook Conference, he always attracts a crowd. His audience, composed of bankers, insurance executives, contractors, politicians, and other leaders in business and industry, look forward to his economic insights presented in his unique animated style. One of our MTSU students, Bintu Sumare, had the opportunity for some one-on-one Q&A with Radicek from the perspective of a college student. So what should students do, especially those about to graduate, to prepare for a tough job market?
Finding a job that somebody believes you're able to provide benefits to customers in some fashion. The customers could be far away, but somewhere you have to create value. And that's hard. In fact, quite frankly, right now, the new entrants into the labor markets are finding it this is probably the second most difficult year for new entrants into the labor market since the Great Depression. You cannot make your decisions on 4 to 8 years from now based upon today's conditions. Now, having said that, I'm sorry, but the National Bureau has done a lot of research on this, and the ones who start behind stay behind, which means that the people who can't get started in their occupational pursuits this year after graduating from college will probably never attain the same level as, let's say, the person graduating in a healthier economy 3 years from now. It's just that the problem being they won't get their position. Next year they have to compete with the new crop coming out to get a position, and they have to explain why it took them a year. So the ones that don't get started are partially left behind. That doesn't mean they're completely left behind, but it does mean that they probably will never totally catch up for having a lost year or 2 lost years.
Radicek says that while times are tough, some areas of the country are beginning to bounce back, and college graduates need to look at those regions for employment opportunities.
People keep talking about the sand states. Now, I'm going to take California out of that. California was included in the sand states, but it does look like California is starting to recover. But you talk about Arizona, you talk about Nevada, and then you talk about Florida. And these states still are struggling. Probably Arizona a little bit better, Nevada deep trouble. Florida probably would have been a little bit better if not for the oil slick. And we're hopeful that they will be turning, but it's still slow go there. Now on the other side of the picture, some of the financial and certainly government activity is coming back. Job activity in the Maryland and Virginia areas are fairly strong. New York is coming back. Boston's coming back. The rural economy is really looking very nicely this year. And you know, when you think rural, you say, hey, I don't want to bale hay. But maybe that's a good place to start as a junior loan officer in an agricultural bank. And then you get your ideas there. They need a couple loan officers. Go there, get a couple years behind you. They do need some help now because the agricultural community actually is performing fairly well. And then you can make your switch and say, hey, I've got experience.
Social media is an area of which this nationally known economist admits he knows little about. But Dr. Don has never shied away from offering his opinions on most any subject.
In having those communities, that it's just not as, it isn't a great big change in the world. It's an additional useful device, will be used to communicate with people, will be used in marketing and advertising, will be used to motivate people, but I think it's more on the margin than that this is the great revolution.
About 300 people attended the 18th annual conference, sponsored by the Jennings A. Jones College of Business, the Jones Chair of Excellence in Free Enterprise, the Business and Economic Research Center, and the Weatherford Chair of Finance.